This is so sick. I'm literally watching you guys on my phone. Technology. So last year, when I posted the I Turned 21 video, I actually asked a bunch of my friends and family to ask me questions for a Turning 21 Q&A. I recorded that video, never put it out. Mug behavior. I turned 22 just under a month ago. You see where we're going? Roll the tape. What would 15-year-old Trin be most surprised about your life now? I think 15-year-old Trin would be so surprised I cut my hair. No, that's what she'll be most surprised about. In school, it was what I got the most compliments about. Oh my gosh, Trin, your hair is so nice. So I think she'd be super surprised at that I actually. What is your favourite and least favourite food? My favourite food is mac and cheese. It has always been mac and cheese. It will always be mac and cheese. To the point where earlier this week, my best friend texted me to say she cooked mac and cheese. And I went to her house the day after solely to eat mac and cheese. Least favourite food, mushrooms. Mushrooms are like poop. They're like doo-doo. They're like the earth's poop. How does it feel gradually getting deeper into your adult years? I feel like my favourite part about getting older is like learning more about myself or building more depth within my friendships and stuff is super, super, super cool to me. I just have the agency to like do what I want to do, which is cool. But it's like the other side of that, I have the agency to do what I want to do and I have to like do stuff. What? And there's like certain like responsibilities that I gotta like get on top of. I feel like I'm only a mini adult. I'm more of an adult Max Pro yet, but an adult Pro Max. What is something you are proud of yourself for from the last few years? Proud of myself for? Something I'm proud of myself for. Something I'm proud of myself for is starting the youth group in my church. So we meet every other Wednesday for the youth. Make sure like do a lot of admin and make sure things are whatever. But like I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of the fruit of that as well. Like literally all glory to God because He's Amen. Could do nothing without Him. I feel like this is a boring video. This is a boring video. I don't know. What does a perfect life look like to you? Before we get into this question, right? I originally asked all these people to send these questions in with a voice note so I can edit it in, but that's a lot of editing, and like we're doing weekly episodes now. We gotta keep things snappy, do you know what I mean? But the first question that David asked me was why do I never answer his phone calls? You know when someone calls you out of the blue and it's like, what do you want? It's so irrational because what's it gonna be? A ransom call? Yeah, I've got your family hostage. If you don't wire me 2K right now. Do you know what I mean? Like what could it possibly be? But I used to like just watch the phone ring and be like, what do you want? And then wait for him to text me. But I'm sorry, all I have to say, I'm speaking directly to Dan right now. I don't do that at all anymore. I answer all the phone calls. I mean, literally your beck and call. Look how far I've come. Progress, growth. It's 3 things. Number 1, being a wife and being a mum. Number 2, being a professional like filmmaker, storyteller, director, making art, making stories that like fulfill me and that I want to put out in the world and that mean a lot to me. And then getting paid well to do that. Number 3, having some type of thing that young people come to learn, like it's like their first introduction to film or media photography, like the what's the word, the bracket, not the bracket, what's the word I'm looking for, the bracket is quite wide, but like film, photography, videography, graphics, music. And so I'm not teaching in all of these things, but like I run this thing where young people come and they learn things to do with these trades, and then like we hear testimonies of like blah 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 won a BAFTA and she started at whatever this thing that I've got is called. Also, let me backtrack, go back to the wife and mum thing. Sometimes I think it's a bit of a fantasy. Like, I think if I did this thing in real life, I wouldn't find it as enjoyable as I think I would. I'm still gonna say it. To grow my own crops and vegetables and fruits and like have my garden. Let's make a, what do they say? Make a harvest. Not make a harvest. Make a harvest. Harvest my garden anyway, and go to my friend's house and they have a bowl and they go and pick all the things from their garden and then bring it to their friend's house, or then go bring it to their own kitchen and cook, or like making my own bread. And like sometimes I follow like these people who live out in the countryside, either in the UK or in America. They live like on a farmhouse and like they just make everything from scratch. They make custard from scratch, milk. They make, like, I don't think I'd want animals. Gonna say they milk their own cows. I don't think I want to milk a cow. I'll buy some. But like, I have my own garden. That would be cool. Sometimes I think, does this just look good on Instagram? And if I did it, I'd do it once and be like, ah. That happened to me with horse riding one time. I had this, first of all, you know the film Spirit, something of the Cimmerian stallion, or the, yeah, that's one of my favorite films of all time. I've had this dream of like, I want to ride a horse. It was so cool if I could ride a horse. My aunt, one time for my birthday, booked me a horse riding lesson. It was amazing, such a fantastic experience. I'd never do it again. It was so difficult. I came off the horse. My thighs were hurting for like a week. I said, yeah. Is this on? One? Oh yeah, it is. Woo! Can you imagine? Okay. As you step into adulthood, what core values and principles do you want to take with you? Number one, to love God, and to love Him before every and anything and anyone. To make sure that He is the anchor and the center of all that I do. It's like, it's a non-negotiable, that is. I think it's really important to me to be kind. There's a quote that says, you will never look into the eyes of someone that Jesus doesn't love. And I feel like it costs so little. Like it doesn't make sense to me sometimes when people are unkind. I know life is hard and life is difficult, and you know, when you're when you're not feeling good, it's hard to put out good. I don't know if there's any argument that would be able to justify unkindness. Something that I'm actually learning from someone from church, actually one of my mentors from church, is the difference of being kind and nice. They're like, as a Christian, I'm not necessarily called to be nice, like just to be nice all the time. Because, like, for example, I can be kind and tell you something you don't like that you might not think is nice, or might not sound nice to hear, but you need to hear it. So I definitely think that there's that balance. I feel like kindness as well is so basic, but like, as a society, as a world, we don't do it very well. And so much, life would be so much better for everyone living here if everyone was just committed to being more kind. Which, like, to me, it's like, so, it feels a bit depressing that like we can't even be kind. What else? Core principles, core values and principles. Do you know something that I want to take into my adult years? Something that I don't think I'm doing now, but I want to practice more, is leaning away from perfectionism and more into play. Yeah, I have this like, this really all-consuming and self-deprecating trait of like, or idea, that I need to be perfect all the time. And like, a lot of the time that can quench my childlike nature, or quench my, like, I hide sometimes in this like need to be in, I hide in this weird idea that I need to be perfect, and then it restricts me from actually being myself. Like, to be more bold, but I think that's the root of it, this idea that I need to be perfect. And so I just want to lean more into like just more play, like not taking things so seriously, and just like just being like, just to do the thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I hear a lot of women talk about when they get into their 30s and stuff. They say, like, you just stop caring. You just care so much when you're in your 20s or in your younger years. When you get to 30, like, you've been here, I would say you've been here for so long. You're not old at 30. But, like, you just kind of stop caring what people think. And I would love to get there to get to that mindset before I'm 30. It stifles me in a lot of ways, which is it's not good. Do you guys like the t-shirt? This is like bare up in my face, innit? Should I hold it instead? I feel like I should hold it because like it's just way up in my. I love you too, but back up. One time in school, someone said that when I make a kissy face with my lips, that my mouth looks like a butthole. Let's start this video.